What is going on, guys? Today it's like 118, 119, something like that. Anyways, let's go over what price action was doing, what it did, how I was feeling, what I did. Um, so today we're clearly bearish, right? Overnight had this giant dump um, in Q, also dumped, right? So I didn't have any confluences right here at market open that was giving me a higher time frame confluence that showed that orders were being filled, such as a sweep at a high, a fair value gap, equilibrium, any of that. We kind of just had this overnight dump and not a lot of highs, not a lot of places where price presented much of anything. So what had happened, or what I did, is there's no way I was taking shorts. Even though we were overly bearish, we were also overly due for a retracement. So that means longs. So we saw the only draw that I really had was this 4-hour low right here. It's pretty much the only draw in this area. And so once that got taken out, that was pretty high resistance. I knew price was either going to come up to London high, or if it just kept dumping, wasn't going to trade at all. Or if price wanted to come up to London before taking out that draw, that would have been great too. I could just take shorts. But so what happened is the market open pretty much just dumped down to these lows. Looks like a little Judas. Didn't want to take it, like I said. Was not aligning with my strategy. So instead, I was thinking, okay, we take out this low. There's no draws in liquidity, so we take longs up to these highs. And what do you know? What happens? We sweep the low. We move up to London high. No retracement. Takes out my draw, and I proceed to get off. It was pretty much just a V-shaped inversion, and I don't be trading those. Even though like I can identify it, it's not within my probability. What I'm trying to do is practice my probability, practice consistency on a daily basis, and hopefully over time that will show confidence and consistency and discipline all in together so that I can become profitable. So the first step is to not FOMO into trades that, even though I can identify and understand, is not to enter on them off a mere feeling or what I've seen before. Instead, entering off of my strategy, my probability, and my edge in the market. Like I said, came down right here, and yes, you're already sweeping London low. Failed to take these lows, but we reversed back to the upside here. Broke structure, and at this point I was looking for a retracement. We didn't get nothing until price just absolutely ran through my draw liquidity. Proceeded to chop up. I had gotten off pretty early once both my draws were taken out, and there was no trade, there was no direction, so took the initiative to not push myself into FOMO and just get off. And that lately has been one of the best ways for me to not FOMO into trades, is simply just getting off, because I will sit there and I will look and force a trade. It happens. It happens, but I had to go through all of that to come out in the end stronger, better, and more level-minded. So, yeah, this one's pretty short. Like I said, and these no trade days are just, they just suck. They definitely suck. But it's also good. It's better than a loss. It's better than fucking up. And yeah, about 90-80% of this game is just doing nothing. It really is. So if those days are sometimes just nothing, it's for the better. Um, we need to be like this, gotta be like this every day, just staying calm and collected with a good head on our shoulders to not fall into emotional trading, emotional decisions. And today I felt very calm. Um, I've recently just been um, sitting there watching, yeah, of course, but focus on my breathing. It's been really helping me calm the nerves and feel relaxed. And once you're in that relaxed state, it's powerful. You're powerful, and you tend to make better decisions when you are not under pressure. You're not in those fight or flight moments when you're feeling like you've got to do something. So that's what I've noticed. Anyway, that helps you. Try it. I mean, never hurts to try. But like I said, I just in through the nose, out through the mouth. Um, Sometimes maybe listen to a podcast while I'm waiting for a setup to present or for market to play out. But instead of scrolling, being unattentive, um, I relax and I just look. I look and I listen to a podcast. And that's honestly been helping a lot. So I do not advise scrolling while trying to trade or being on your phone in general. It maybe when you're once you've taken the trade, but when you're looking for a trade, I think you need to be attentive and focused and in a right state of mind. And when, especially personally for me, when I was scrolling and waiting for a setup, I would feel very emotional. I was very unfocused, and sometimes I even missed the setup. So all in all, it just I don't know, doesn't seem optimal. Doesn't seem optimal, but whatever works for you works for you. This game of trading is about finding out what works for you. So, you take ideas from others, try them out for himself. They work for you. Keep doing it. Doesn't work for you, don't do it. Um, but hopefully, like I said, this can speed up processes that you don't have to go through in this trading shit. Like, there's shit that's inevitable, but there are also some things that you can skip, some things that could help you that, you know, you won't have to figure out on your own. And I hope through all these videos and everything, this is just really to keep track how much I'm progressing, to show you the real struggles of a day trader, you know, trying to make it out, trying to get his first payout. So yeah. That being said, guys, end of the week. It wasn't a very good week. We took a trade Monday and Tuesday. That was about it. Trying to remember these trades. Honestly, just specifically remembering them not being very good. I was pretty mad at myself. Yeah. That one I entered too early. Other one, pretty sure I FOMO'd into. No, this one was the Trump candle. Monday was some bullshit. Tuesday was even worse. We FOMO'd into a trade. So we're gonna get this shit down. All right, we are gonna get this shit down. So bear with me. Stick with me through the journey, through the process, and I'll see y'all next week. Peace.